Welcome to everyone, this is Jennifer McGuire. Today I thought I'd do a product release close-up video on the newest products from Altenew. I like to do product release close-up videos when there is a large release with lots of great products so that you can get a closer look at what's included and help you decide if any are ones that you want to add to your collection. In this newest release from Altenew, there are lots of stamps of various sizes and also some great new ink colors. So I'm going to give you a closer look at all of the products. The first stamp set I wanted to show you is a normal size stamp set, and it's called Bold Blossoms. It's a layering stamp set where you stamp the images on top of each other to get beautiful, realistic results. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this for you. I'm going to do it very quickly. I'm not going to show all of the bits and pieces of the stamping, but I wanted to show you how beautiful it is layered, and you don't need to use all of the layers if you don't want to save some time. I'm using some of the new pink ink colors that I love. I love these pink inks. I'll give you a closer look at them at the end of this video. But you can see how beautiful that flower is. There is an outline included in the stamp set, which I used, but you could skip that if you wanted. Or you could use the outline alone, or just use a few of the stamp layering images together. The leaves included are also beautiful. It's a great stamp layering set, very elegant. Now the next set is the Calligraphy Alpha Uppercase. That's the set here in my hands on the left. Now the Calligraphy Lowercase set is the one on the right. That came out in the past. I wanted to show you how easy it is to stamp with these. What I like about these letters is they have some large areas to it, so it's easy to line them up. You just want to overlap that thin little tip with the next layer. It's very easy to do. You can see I'm not even having to put my head above to line it up. It just is easy to connect the letters. I hope to use these two sets together to stamp the McGuires on my holiday cards. I thought that would be fun. Okay, so now we have the Congrats stamp set. This is so unique. All you do is you line up these little images, piece them together to create these fun balloons that you sometimes see out to catch people's attention. Now in this set, there's an adorable little face that you can stamp on other things, not just that balloon thing. And there are also great sentiments, including congrats, let's celebrate, you did it, all those others. They're great for lots of different occasions, and you can use them with other stamps also. Good font in there. So I think you'll be seeing a lot of fun and playful cards with this set. You could even do some fun interactive cards with them. There are also a few tiny stamp sets in this release. I think these are like 2x3, so they're very good price point. The first is Celebrate. That's the one here on the left. I really like how you can stamp Celebrate and This Special Day, so you can kind of put those together in two different ink colors and use them on any card you want. In the middle is Tiny Stars. That's great for creating backgrounds, a very subtle kind of background. Then the last one there is the Carousel. It's got some small gradings and a fun carousel that you could just like heat emboss and maybe do some light inking over for a very simple card. Now there is one other one that's a small one like that called Ferris Wheel. I didn't get this one, so I wanted to give you a close look at it so you can see what is also available. Next, we have one of my favorites, which is Simple Flowers. This is one of those large 6x8 stamp sets with really big, bold images in it. This one would be fun for techniques. So maybe you could stamp it with Versamark and brush some perfect pearls on top. You could do some really cool resist techniques with this. The sentiments are wonderful. You could do You're So Beautiful or You Make Me Happy. Those can work with a variety of cards also. I like this contemporary look. You can create some beautiful backgrounds with it also. I'll be using this one in a video very soon. Next, we have the Floral Frame set. This is a normal size stamp set. The sentiments in here are absolutely beautiful, and there are these two large like leaf images in the center that you can kind of arrange to frame around something if you wanted to. There are also those flowers that are great to do maybe like a faux watercolor with. But the sentiments are really what speak to me here. I think they work with a variety of different images that you may have on hand. There are also these tiny little dot images. You see those little dot images on the left? Those would be great to kind of add little accents to any card. Sometimes I do those by hand, but to have a stamp would be fantastic. So I think you could mix and match those with other stamp sets that you may have. Now the flowers on the bottom, I look forward to white heat embossing that on vellum and then adding some color to the petals for a very sheer kind of stained glass looking effect. Now this next stamp set is completely different, and that's why I'm so excited about it. I have never seen anything like this, and my kids went crazy for this. So Tasneem shared this stamp set in our recent crafty chat over at Online Card Classes. I'll link to those if you've never seen them. And when she showed us these stamps, we all went crazy. We're so excited about these. These are fun for kids' projects. There are some fun kind of pun-like greetings you can add to these. I have many sentiments that say, "You're my world," or "You color my world," so I can use some of these images with it. These are going to be fun to color and fun to use in so many different ways. I also like that large sun image at the top, and then there are some playful rocket and astronaut images. So this is one of those that's completely unique, and I can't wait to see all the creative, unique things people do with them. You can do one of those fun watercolor galaxy backgrounds and then stamp and cut out one of these or a few of these to add onto it. This is going to be really fun to play with techniques. Now, I know many scrapbookers are getting more and more into stamping. So here we have the Superscript Scrapbook stamp set. That's a tongue twister. This is another 6x8 stamp set with really large words. So these are over an inch tall. So these are great for scrapbooking. You could also use them on your cards if you wanted to. And I think they'd be beautiful heat embossed. Another of my favorites from this release is the Altenew Holiday Wishes. This is a large stamp set that is jammed packed with many sentiments, many of which you could use on the inside of a card, which I think are always hard to find. Actually, there are enough messages on here that you could use one on the outside and one on the inside. You could even use one on the flap of your envelope. Lots of different things here. There are some that are kind of religious focused and then some that are more general happy holidays. So there should be something in here for just about everyone. I like that they are longer. Sometimes I think for holiday cards it's nice to have a longer sentiment so you don't have to write a super long message inside each of the cards. I encourage you to look at all the different sentiments in here because chances are there's something that you would like. I plan to use these along with those calligraphy stamp sets that I showed you earlier for my own personal photo holiday cards. Next, we have the Sketched Evergreen, another 6x8 large stamp set. This one is fantastic because the images are very large, so they fill a card. Now, you can use those 3 trees layered on top of each other by just doing basic stamping on top of each other. You could layer heat embossing on top of each other, maybe even make the top layer white so it looks like snow. Or you can use each of them separately, maybe stamp them next to each other on a card. There's a lot you can do with these. You could do some fun things with masking to make the tree smaller if you wanted to, or do a variety of sizes. I think there will be a lot of great samples with this, and I plan to use it in a future video. There are also the little pieces to stamp under the tree and a lot of great sentiments that you can kind of mix and match together. Here we have the Geometric Flowers stamp set. This is another large one. And this one reminds me what was, I think it's called Spirograph that we used to do as kids. I love doing that. They never ended up all that great, so I'm excited to have a stamp set that will let me get that look. So you could stamp these repeatedly to create a fun background. You can layer the images together or do them separately. I plan to white heat emboss a pattern of these flowers on watercolor paper and then drop some watercolor over it just for like a fun kind of geometric looking background with mix of watercolor. There are also some great, very modern looking sentiments in here that would work with a lot of other cards also. Now moving back to another holiday stamp set, we have the large 6x8 Bells and Bows set. I bet this is the most popular from this release. On the stamp set, we have realistic looking bells, traditional bows, and then gift bows that you stick onto a package. These are all stamp layering once again, and they're very easy to line up, and they give very realistic results. I've seen some other stamp sets out there with realistic looking bells and bows, but not all in one set, so this is kind of nice to have them together. I layered up the large bow here. I didn't do the outline image, but you could add that if you wanted to. And then I did do one of the small bows and a bell. I didn't do the outlines on those, which just is another option you can add to it, or you can use the outline separately. I like that they include the stamp layering and the outline so you can use them together or separately to get more bang for your buck. I think you'll be seeing a lot of great examples for this. I plan to do some heat embossing layering, and I can't wait to use it. Another set that I didn't get but I think is great is the Modern Deer. You can see this is a very simple, basic stamp layering set with some wonderful sentiments. So I think this would be fun to do like a faux watercolor where you ink up the stamp, mist it and stamp it, and then do both layers. And then you can just do a simple gold heat embossed image. And you can also use these images for non-holiday cards. Now this is an older stamp set from Altenew. It came out, I believe, in their last release, but I hadn't shown it yet, and I've been dying to use it. And that is the Tulip stamp set. This is a 6x8 set. This is one of those beautiful, very easy to line up stamp layering sets. I'm using the new pink ink colors here and just doing a very quick example. I didn't even do all of the layers, but look how realistic that tulip is. So if you haven't seen that tulip set, you might want to check that one out too. It also has gorgeous sentiments. Okay, so now I wanted to give you a quick look at the new colors of Altenew inks. I have really liked using the Altenew inks because they stamp nicely and they are available in collections of 4. So you can see there's a light, a medium, a dark, and a very dark ink, all in the same color family. And there are a bunch of them that Altenew has released in the past and I've used in videos. Well, here are 3 new collections in this release. And I will tell you, my favorite are the pinks along the bottom. It's kind of like a pinkish purple, but that Puffy Heart is my new favorite pink ink. Also the Purple Wine. Those are gorgeous. I can't recommend them enough. I also like the browns in the middle. They're a nice chocolate brown family. The top is kind of a greenish teal color that is beautiful. So if you are looking for inks that are great for stamp layering, you can check these out. I know Altenew inks are available in full ink pads and in cubes. Okay, so if you're interested in these products in this new release, I link them below in my YouTube description. You can go to my blog for much more information, including a hop and some big giveaways. In the middle are 3 other videos featuring Altenew products that you might like. I appreciate you watching and sticking with me. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon.